All right, guys. So I had to make a really quick change to our thumbnail today. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure that everybody can hear me. Let me make sure. I know I did some. You guys know I'm always moving things around. Okay. Okay. Welcome, everybody, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, this is something that the media is not talking about. All right, and I have to thank that surprise witness BJ Investigate for this because she found this. Oh my god, and she's going to be working on a video for this. I'm sure that's going to probably break it down a lot better than I can because y'all know she's got that, lawyer thing and stuff going on. Shout out to her. Love her. But listen, listen. Oh my god. Okay? Um do you guys remember Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith? Everybody, let me know if you remember that. Does that name sound familiar? Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith. Back, I want to say was it October? It was October, right? Derrick is an inmate at a Michigan institution, okay? He's out there in Michigan. And the reason why this inmate kind of made the news is because he decides that he's going to file a lawsuit against Diddy while he's behind bars. Yes, Sarah Lynn, everybody come through. Yes. And I'm sorry I'm not greeting everybody individually, but because we got some stuff to review, okay? And y'all are going to be like, what the hell is going on? And it's going to be a situation where a lot of possibly, allegedly, maybe other government officials are involved in this too. Yes, that man right there, and I'll show you guys a mugshot while we're live. Hold up now. Hold up. Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith. All right. Now, Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith has been filing lawsuits, okay, behind bars. And he is alleging that he was assaulted by Diddy. This is a mugshot of his, okay? He's been serving time for a couple years now, right? And people have kind of discounted him. Well, the reason why he kind of went trending last year is because he's one of the few that actually won a default judgment of 100 million on Diddy. And then one of Diddy's attorneys basically came through and filed and said, hey, Diddy wasn't served properly. So they were able to reverse that. That's like the small and short of this. So Cardello-Smith has been behind bars, still doing filings, trying to file against, Diddy and company. He's been wanting to bring J-Lo into the limelight, into this situation, right? And expose her as well. All right. So let me share with you guys something, okay? A cop, a prosecutor, and a victim all submitted notarized affidavits in the Cardello-Smith case against Diddy, saying that they worked directly for Diddy, they lied under oath, they were paid to lie, and they didn't do as told. They were threatened, and so were their families. Now, let me show you guys. Basically, that whole thing, we have an affidavit, a signed affidavit by one of these officials. Yep. And I'm going to show it to you. Shout out to BJ. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay. These documents, which were dated this year, March 18th. Okay. Now, this is the, what is it? Petition of writ of habeas corpus by a person in state of custody. Okay. And it says there's a portion in here of this sentence. Yes, sit down. Sit down. Hey, Pika, thank you. All my beautiful, wonderful mods that are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all gonna have to sit down for this one because this tells you how deep this goes. Okay. Cardello-Smith has been kind of written off as this inmate who's sitting there, filing a bunch of lawsuits, and he might have gotten a little clout over here because of, his possible win, but you have to listen to what's being written here, okay? The attached documents and affidavit verify this plaintiff's claims that are articulated herein in the summary. Sean Combs framed this plaintiff. Sean Combs used a crooked assistant Wayne County prosecutor to conduct his acts of placing the plaintiff in prison. Sean Combs worked with Kim L. Worthy, the Wayne County prosecutor, to frame this plaintiff, and in it resulted in a complete violation of this plaintiff's due process rights and wrongful conviction. So then I typed in the name Kim L. Worthy. She's a prosecutor. Kim L. Worthy. She's a prosecutor. Okay. This is her. Okay. She's a prosecutor serving for the Wayne County, Michigan since 2004. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys that screen. So you guys see who these people are. This is her. Okay. She's been a prosecutor since 2004. All right. From Michigan. Okay. Now let's go back to what Cardello-Smith is saying. All right. This is so crazy. Okay. I'm going to read to you guys. I'm kind of skipping over that, but this is an affidavit. All right. And this is an affidavit that was filled out by the person by the name of Nicole Rabier. I think that's how you say it, or Rabior, something like that. That's how you say her last name or something. This is what she says. This is proof offer 1. My name is Nicole Rabier, and I'm the officer who authored the police report in the city of Detroit on January 13, 2008 against Cardello-Smith, Derrick Cardello-Smith, current prisoner with the Michigan Department of Corrections, obtained through a conviction that was a result of my investigation report. And I state the following information and facts herein are true, accurate, and real. And I have been deposed and do swear and say the following. The police report I submitted against Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith for kidnapping, sexual assault of Tina Bomarito is false. The police report I submitted against Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith for kidnapping and sexual assault of Adrian Barmarito, I think that's how you say her name, is false. Number 3, I was ordered to make the false police report against Mr. Cardello-Smith by the person of Sean John Combs, P. Diddy, Kim Worthy, a Wayne County prosecutor, Susette Samuels, an assistant Wayne County prosecutor, Jose Ortiz, a detective for the Detroit police. Okay, stop right here. This is an officer who authorized a report, okay, who is basically saying that they were ordered to fake this police report to frame Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith, okay? And they're doing this because under the order of Diddy. Under the order of Diddy. Let's keep going, okay? I was also paid a total of $132,000 cash by Sean Combs to issue the false police report of kidnapping, sexual assault against a person of Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith. Inmate number is there. My family's lives and my life had been threatened by this man, and the only way to save them was to go through with the police report I filed in this case, even though I knew it was a betrayal of my badge and my oath as a police officer. I followed through these actions as I had no other choice. This officer is writing this. Y'all, you cannot make this up. Hold up, y'all. And nobody, please note, nobody in the media is talking about this. Shout out to BJ. BJ, pass this on. She's going to do a much, a breakdown of this, I'm sure. Nobody's, where's the TMZs? Where's the people? Where's the people talking about this? This is what I want to know, Pika. That's a great question. So let's keep going with it. This shit is like, oh my God. If any of this is true, this is an affidavit. This is an affidavit of an officer who basically says my family was threatened. These people that are in prosecutors, you got 2 prosecutors, a detective, okay, that falsified, allegedly, according to this, falsified police reports, and it was ordered by her superiors, and they were threatened. You can't make this up. I don't, what? Let's keep going, okay? My commanding officer, I followed through with these actions. Oops, excuse me, I lost my place. My commanding officer on the Northeast District 5 had me go through this action as I have done in many other cases before, as I will also do and have to do continuously. Derrick Cardello-Smith never kidnapped anyone, nor did he ever sexually assault anyone, and he was the victim that evening. Number 8, the arrest warrant was paid for by me and others directly to the magistrate judge of the 36th District Court, and he was paid a total of $5,000 for signing the warrant, as he has been in many, many cases, as he has worked for Sean Combs. I was connected to him and forced to pay him, and I paid him the money for these warrants that I knew were false, and he knew were false, and especially in Derrick's case, all charges were false. I was present when Patricia Penman, detective with Wayne County and Dearborn Police Departments, paid Mr. Vincent Smothers, a contracted killer and hitman, money to kill Mr. Cardello-Smith. And when Mr. Vincent Smothers took the money to kill David Cobb's wife, Rose Cobb, the day after Christmas 2007. I was present when Patricia Penman paid Carly Carpenter $4,500 to place a false rape charge on Cardello-Smith. I also lied under oath in the Wayne County Circuit Court in the criminal case of the People versus Cardello-Smith. The case number is listed. I make this affidavit freely, voluntarily, with full knowledge that I will have to testify to these facts, and I will testify to them in a state or federal court, civil or criminal, because my actions while working as a police officer have resulted in an innocent man being held illegally. And that man is Cardello-Smith. This is notarized, okay? This is notarized, okay? That like literally. Pika Pika. Oh, Kiva and anybody. Oh, shout out to my beautiful, wonderful mods. Can y'all make sure you drop BJ Investigates and That Surprise Witness if you guys are able to, channel link. So BJ is gonna do a video on this. I'm telling you, when I read these documents, I literally lost my shit on the phone. I was like, what the hell is this? Okay. Whew, I am going to keep going, okay? Hold up. Here we go. Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith, Office of the Clerks. So, dear clerk, encloses the filing for the above case. The following documents that I'm asking are placed on the court record for review by this court and assignment by this court. Please sign. Okay. That's his signature. And here are just some of the timestamps and things that have been submitted for this. Hold up. Whew. Like my throat when I am telling you, man. I know BJ. Shout out to BJ. Let's keep going, okay? So this is the petition for a writ of habeas corpus by a person in state custody. This is one of the documents. Let me go to my email and read the other one, okay? Here we have another document here, and this is about 15 pages. Yeah, we could definitely get through this, okay? And we have another affidavit too. Actually, it's that affidavit that we just read, but I wanted to make sure that I stress that affidavit out. There's more information here. So let's review the petition for writ of habeas corpus first by a person in state custody. So defendants all work together. This is what Cardello-Smith is saying, okay? The defendants all work together to wrongfully convict this plaintiff for the charge offenses of criminal sexual conduct and to hide other crimes that were committed by co-defendants in this case. The attached documents and affidavit were verified. This plaintiff claims that are articulated herein in summary one. Sean Combs framed this plaintiff. Sean Combs used a crooked assistant Wayne County prosecutor to conduct this act of placing the plaintiff in prison. Sean Combs worked with Kim L. Worthy, again, a big political figure in this area in Michigan. She has been a prosecutor since 2004. So her profile's out there for those that are wondering. Okay. Allegedly, in my opinion, this is out here. Okay. Let's keep going. All right. Whew. Sean Combs framed this plaintiff. Sean Combs used a crooked assistant Wayne County prosecutor to conduct this act of placing the plaintiff in prison. Sean Combs worked with Kim L. Worthy, the Wayne County prosecutor, to frame this plaintiff, and it resulted in a complete violation of the plaintiff's due process rights and wrongful conviction. Defendant Sean Combs framed me, and this is my petition seeking release from custody as the defendant worked to frame me and have me placed in the custody of the Michigan Department of Corrections, where various prison wardens carried out the judgments of sentences and that were obtained through illegally obtained criminal prosecutions that were the result of bribes being paid to the 36th District Court magistrate, judges, even worse, done so by corrupt police officers and assistant prosecuting attorneys. The Detroit police officer Nicole Rabier has effectively admitted in a March 5th, 2025 affidavit of her many roles, where she states that the entire time of her office, she had been working for Sean Combs and that she was paid to frame me, and that she admitted her role in the form of full admission to these acts to frame the petitioner as detailed within the affidavit attached. The petitioner further states that the affidavit of recantation, that's how you say that, form Andrea Barmirio even further shows and proves that she worked directly for Sean Combs, and that it is something else that this court must consider, because she even recanted the charges and has done so in this matter as every other matter available. The respondent all worked to convict this petitioner. They did so for the sole purpose of keeping this petitioner quiet while petitioner was framed for crimes that the petitioner did not commit. Petitioner submits that the affidavit of Suzette Samuels, assistant Wayne County prosecutor, supports this petitioner's claim, and it even further supports that this petitioner had been wrongfully convicted and held in custody in violation of the state and federal constitutions, requiring reversal by this court. I submit to this court and that the detailed listed within verified and support that the petitioner was framed by the respondents, and these affidavits require a hearing and require action on the merits of the claims held within. So, relief sought. Petitioner prays this court will enter in order to grant the writ of habeas corpus immediately and order the release of this petitioner immediately. Grant any further relief to this court deemed necessary. So, we just read this affidavit by this I'm assuming former law enforcement, who is saying here that he was paid a total of $132,000 cash by Sean Combs, and that it wasn't just him, but there were other people, other civil servants, attorneys, government officials in this that were also part of this whole thing to basically frame this man. Now, again, Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith had filed a lawsuit, I want to say last year, I think it was October, where he made an appearance and people weren't talking about this lawsuit. Somebody let me know that there was a video out there. I did a video, and then as soon as I did a video, Law and Crime did a video on it, where you see this man basically defending himself, filing his own lawsuit behind bars. Okay, yes. So let's keep going. Let's keep going because we have other paperwork that we got to show you. Again, shout out to BJ Investigates because she is the one that gave me the heads up about this filing from Cardello-Smith. Now let me stop sharing this, y'all. I'm not even paying attention to the chat, so give me 1 second while I do get this other paperwork going. I gotta drink some. Listen, I gotta drink some coffee because I was not ready for all of this. Shout out to Kiva, says Kim Worthy is known for not playing with criminals. Her reputation precedes her. I'm just floored. I don't get it. I don't get it. So, but there's an officer that signed and said that he was sent by Kim Worthy. There's a lot of people that are being mentioned here. You said you watched the first court hearing where the original judge granted Derrick the win against Diddy. He's a very, listen, he's had time behind bars, okay? He's a very smart person, okay? I saw him. I said, this man don't need no attorney. He doesn't, because he did all that and he got the judge to grant it, but I guess Diddy wasn't served. Now, one of the things that stood out to me, and I'm sure it's probably stood out to you too, okay? If you watch Cardello-Smith, he said that there were people, financial people, that were coming to the prison to meet him, that he had had an actual meeting with a financial officer. Okay. Who? We were talking about that. Yes, self-taught behind bars. Literally. Who did Cardello-Smith meet behind bars? That is the question that I have. That was part of Diddy's financial team. That is the question that I have. Okay? So we need to know, who was it? Who? Let's keep going, okay? I mean, if you're behind bars, you may as well have read up and learned something, right? It's just this whole, if you're behind there, I mean, and you're picky about the attorneys that you want, you might as well just go and check, right? You might as well have the time to file everything that you need to file. Okay. So this is a motion to vacate order of dismissal with prejudice under federal rule of civil procedure based, and he's typing this up on his own just so everybody's aware, based upon fraudulent concealment and conduct by the defendant's staff and employees as verified in the supporting affidavits of defendant Sean Combs' employee attesting to fraudulent acts. Employees attesting to fraudulent acts. So let's see. Cardello-Smith moves this court to enter an order to vacate the order of dismissal without prejudice and allow this matter to proceed to a jury trial and grant judgment in favor of the plaintiff, where there's plaintiff can prove that the defendant committed fraud upon this court and that plaintiff was given newly discovered evidence that was not available at any time during these proceedings, requiring full reversal of this court's decision entered on the record and prior to the filing of the appeal, that this plaintiff is clearly taken to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 6th District. Number one, the court has had fraud committed upon it by the defendant, requiring relief from judgment under Rule 60 because the judgment, if void, and the evidence could not have been reasonably discovered through due diligence by this plaintiff other than the time it was presented to the plaintiff as follows. The Detroit police officer, Nicole Rebor, I want to say it's, y'all, let me put the last name in there and you guys can let me know. It's Rebor, Nicole Rebor. I'm going to say that, okay? has authored and notarized an affidavit stating that she worked for Sean Combs and knew about the defendant's rape of this plaintiff and the forcing of the plaintiff to be blank place. I don't know if that's an intentional space or what. And the forcing of the plaintiff to be placed in prison to cover up his criminal activity. See the attached affidavit of Nicole. Andrea Bamarito admitted to working for Sean Combs to frame and lie about kidnapping and rape charges against this plaintiff as proved by her affidavit. So we have another affidavit of a person who said they were working for Sean Combs. We have another affidavit. Okay. Lord have mercy. Hold up. The affidavit of Suzette Samuels, assistant. Hold up. The affidavit of Suzette Samuels, assistant Wayne County prosecutor, has admitted to working to cover up the R-ing of this plaintiff, the rape of this plaintiff by defendant Sean Combs, and framed this plaintiff. See affidavit of Suzette Samuels, number 6. Plaintiff has since been provided with new proof of fraudulent concealment conducted by the defendant through the Detroit Police Department, Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, and most assuredly, the affidavit of the Assistant Wayne County Prosecutor, Suzette Samuels, verifying her role in the fraudulent concealment, requiring the court waive the statute of limitations. Plaintiff submits affidavit verifying that the defendant worked and ordered her and her associates to conceal the evidence of the crime being committed against this plaintiff pertaining to the sexual assault of the plaintiff by the defendant and even more horrific actions done to conceal the truth. Plaintiff will also be submitting a Rule 60 motion through this filing for full decision by the trial court based on the evidence and factors contained within it, in the interest of the district court, fully deciding all the factual motions and evidence that this plaintiff is presenting prior to the Court of Appeals, obtaining full jurisdiction over the case. Plaintiff states that the court must address this serious issue before the plaintiff goes to the Court of Appeals, and as such, plaintiff requests that this court and the office of the clerk decide this motion, that it is not frivolous and it is a rightful motion filed by the court to the process on the process in this matter as allowed by the Federal Rule of Appellate Procedure. Okay. These affidavits are the plaintiff's offer of proof. So he's got more affidavits that support this plaintiff claim that the affiants have all worked for and with defendant and worked for defendant Sean Combs to cover up sexual assault of this plaintiff by the defendant in 1997, and have come forward to state that they have in fact done their actions and have bravely come to the front to state what they have done and why they have done it. And it was also all the cover up of the sexual assault committed upon this plaintiff by the defendant. Plaintiff states that these actions are in fact acts committed by defendants and were not part of the defendant's motion to dismiss because it would have destroyed their case and their claims that their client did not rape this plaintiff. And in fact, it supports that plaintiff claims of sexual assault by the defendant, and it verifies clearly this plaintiff has told the truth and will always tell the truth, and that the claims raised by the plaintiff have always been true and are true and accurate and real. Oh man, okay. Y'all hit the like button, please and thank you. Plaintiff therefore asks that this court grants relief from judgment of the order granting the defendant motion to dismiss and grant any to resolve this matter prior to the plaintiff going to the U.S. Court of Appeals, as all motions must be resolved before the Court of Appeals can have full review authority. So this is his signature, okay? Let's see what he has attached. Proof 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we read this affidavit already, all right? This was the one that I just showed you earlier, okay? Now, let's go to affidavit of Suzette Samuels. Suzette Samuels is the Wayne County prosecutor. Oh, man. Said county, state of Michigan. This state personally came and appears Suzette Samuels. And this is dated February 2025, year 2025. Okay. Suzette Samuels, to me well known, and who, and after being duly sworn, did depose and say, "My name is Susan Samuels. The bar number is listed. I'm a lawyer and assistant prosecuting attorney for the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office in Detroit, Michigan, County of Wayne, State of Michigan. I prosecuted Mr. Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith in the criminal case of people of the state of Michigan versus Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith, case numbers there, during the criminal proceedings of January 1st, 2008 through December 31st, through October 31st, 2008. I worked directly for the immediate response of Kim L. Worthy, Wayne County prosecutor, and for Mr. Sean Combs, aka Diddy. Hold up. Puff Daddy, Brother Love, owner and founder of Bad Boy. The office of the Wayne County prosecutor has framed Mr. Cardello-Smith for the crimes of criminal sexual conduct beginning in 1997, in 2008, and again in 2019 while he was incarcerated. The person who directed these prosecutions were and still are Mr. Sean Combs, musician, music mogul, artist, owner, founder, Bad Boy Record, Kim L. Worthy, current Wayne County prosecutor. Mr. Sean Combs and Kim L. Worthy ordered the Detroit Police Department in the 9th Precinct to arrest, frame Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith for multiple rapes that he did not commit. Mr. Sean Combs and Kim L. Worthy directed me to use my powers in office as the assistant Wayne County prosecutor to falsely charge and convict Mr. Cardello-Smith with 6 counts of criminal sexual conduct and 2 counts of kidnapping, which I did out of fear of my life, which I did because I was paid to do so in this and many other cases, totaling 128 Black male citizens. What? Okay. Listen, you have a police officer who filed that affidavit. Now you have an attorney who filed her own affidavit, who gave her bar license in there. Are y'all hearing this? Like, what? Did this really happen? Yo, I am in shock. Not only are like this isn't like they're conspiring. Like, you have a former law enforcement officer who filled an affidavit, then you have an attorney who actually did the conviction, and that attorney has put in their bar license and said that Kim L. Worthy, the lady over here, this lady right here, who apparently, according to Kiva, shout out to Kiva, said that she doesn't play about crime, that it does not play about crime. This lady right here, Yes, that's what I'm saying. These people came forward and admitted. So an officer who did the arrest wrote an affidavit and gave it to Cardello-Smith and said, "Hey, we framed this man because Diddy had raped him a couple years back." Okay? Now he's been framed into this, and this is how it happened. This is what went down. This is a whole affidavit that this officer filled out. Now you have a prosecutor, the one that did the conviction for this guy, saying that the person that was supervising her was this lady right here. Not only is she saying that, Lord have mercy, I feel like I think I might have a heart attack. I'm not like, oh my God, you cannot make this up. TMZ, where are you? Why aren't you talking about this, TMZ? Literally. This is the affidavit. Okay. Her name is Suzette Samuels. Her bar license is there. I'm a lawyer and assisting prosecuting attorney for the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office in Detroit, Michigan. She filled this out. Okay. She said here that she worked directly for the immediate persons of Kim L. Worthy, Wayne County prosecutor, and for Mr. Sean Combs. Okay, listing all the aliases. She says on sentence 1, number 1, the office of the Wayne County prosecutor has framed Mr. Cardello-Smith for the crimes of criminal sexual conduct beginning in 1997, in 2008, and again in 2019, while he was incarcerated. The person who directed these prosecutions were and still are Mr. John Combs, musician, music mogul, all these people, right? Kim L. Worthy, current Wayne County prosecutor. She's been a prosecutor since 2004 in office. You cannot make this shit up. But Randa, like, oh my God, it took them this long? He's finna own the whole damn city. Okay. He was able to get an affidavit from the attorney. This is an exhibit now. It's out there. Oh my God, where is the news out of this? I cannot believe this. Listen, shout out to BJ Investigates, because she put out that she gave me the heads up. She said, hey, did you see this? Heads up. This is what's going on. Let me see if she has done a video yet. I know she's going to do a video on this. Oh my God. I am in shock. I'm in shock, y'all. I don't know what else to say. That's what it sounds like. They were forced to do, like, charges, but like they risk their badges. Lawyers are risking things. Like, what? Over Diddy? Let's keep going. Okay. Oh man. Oh, I thought I was done reading, and I'm not even done. Look at this. So when she says number 4, Mr. John Combs and Kim L. Worthy directed me to, I can't even read, directed me to use my power and office as the assistant Wayne County prosecutor to falsely charge and convict Mr. Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith with 6 counts of criminal sexual conduct and 2 counts of kidnapping, which I did out of fear of my life, which I did because I was paid to do so. In this and many other cases, totaling 128 Black male citizens of Detroit. Flint is a Saginaw, Saginaw, I think that's how you say that. Saginaw, Flint, and other counties of Michigan that were investors in bad boy records prior to 1997. So there's about 128 Black male citizens that are possibly sitting behind bars over bad boy records. Am I hearing this correctly? Look, Vicky, are you literally, you see this? Saginaw, yo, I'm not even gonna say it. Thank you. The coffee hasn't hit. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that y'all shocked that this happened. Like, seriously shocked. No, I'm shocked that, but these are prosecutors, Vicky. These are prosecutors. Prosecutors are filing affidavits about this. I am shocked. Saginaw. Yes, Saginaw. Did I say it correctly? Let me know. That's crazy. They try to make Mr. Smith seem like, I thought, listen, I was like, this guy's got a lot of sexual assault on his background. I don't know. And I'm guilty of it, Jay. I really am. Because I said, this guy's already got like a lot of sexual assaults in his background. Can we really believe everything that he says? Well, now he's got the backing of a lawyer and an officer, and they're both writing this. Like, what else? He was framed. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, Mr. Combs ordered Kim L. Worthy to prosecute Cardello-Smith for the crimes and to keep him in prison for these crimes after Mr. Combs had taken $150,000 investment from Mr. Cardello-Smith in early January 1997. And Mr. Cardello-Smith demanded a notarized receipt with Mr. Marcus Ashford overseeing the notary services. Mr. Combs and my boss, Kim Worthy, have framed Cardello-Smith to cover up the rape of Cardello-Smith. That's right, because Cardello-Smith alleges that Diddy armed him. That's a lawsuit in itself. Okay, this is what started all of it. Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith decided to file a lawsuit behind bars, right, because he was alleging that Diddy raped him, but he wasn't saying everything. And now we have more information about this actual case of what happened. So Mr. Combs and my boss, Kim Worthy, have framed Cardello-Smith to cover up the rape of Cardello-Smith by Mr. Combs in 1997. And while Cardello-Smith was serving as Mr. Combs' bartender through 1996 and 1997, Mr. Combs sent 3 men to kill Cardello-Smith in 1997 while he and a female companion were exiting a Detroit movie theater. Cardello-Smith was stabbed in his right arm while defending himself and killed the knife-wielding assailant. Mr. Cardello-Smith was placed under arrest for second-degree murder. This murder was then hidden, and it led the Cardello-Smith being sent to prison for multiple counts of criminal sexual conduct, crimes of which he is innocent of. I worked with the 1997 assistant prosecutor under Michael Duggan and the then judge Kim L. Worthy, Mr. Michael Duggan, current Detroit mayor, and other officials to cover up the crime. And I played a key role with Detroit police officer Mr. Sean Combs, Diddy, who was personally involved, and other members of Wayne County and the current high ranking Wayne County government officials to hide the homicide and to unlawfully place Cardello-Smith in the custody of the Michigan Department of Corrections for the crimes of sexual misconduct, rape, and kidnapping, all of which he is innocent of. So this lawyer is saying all of this. Now, is she still working for Kim L. Worthy? Wouldn't that be like the weirdest thing to still be working in the same office while you're filing all this? You're from Michigan. Wouldn't it be weird to have done that? Like, help me, help me, help me, help me. She's still the boss? Like, I would have a hard time. This would be like, well, this is beyond HR. I would be like, I don't think I could even sit in a meeting with you. You know, like this isn't even an HR issue anymore. I can't be in the meeting with you. We conspired and colluded, and I submitted this affidavit. This isn't even like HR can't even mediate this at this point. Mm-mm. Let's keep going because this is like insane. This is an insane document. I don't know what to say. Mr. Sean Combs was always personally involved and directed these meetings in order to cover up the rape he committed upon Cardello-Smith and to ensure that Cardello-Smith never collected on his rightful claim to the 49% of Bad Boy Records and holding based upon his lead role in the investments of the money into Bad Boy Records in 1997. Mr. Sean Combs and Kim L. Worthy both paid cash directly to Mr. Vincent Smother, a contracted killer. Let's see, and Patricia Penman, a detective in Detroit and Dearborn, Michigan. David Cobb, a Detroit Police Department sergeant, deceased. He's now deceased. And Carly Carpenter, Tina Barimento, Andrea Barimento, and others to kidnap and to attempt to kill Mr. Cardello-Smith in 2008, only to fail and then decide to use the same people to frame Cardello-Smith for rapes that he did not do. Carly Carpenter, sisters Tina and Andrea Barimento, are are sexual assault and sexual slavery victims of Mr. Sean Combs, Wayne County officials Kim L. Worthy, and part of the crime ring and criminal enterprise throughout the state of Michigan. Okay, it says number 13. I paid $5,000 to the 36th District Court judge to secure an arrest warrant for Cardello-Smith in January 2008. I paid $5,000 to Judge Willis. I can't even read that because the print of it, I think it's something Combe. Willis Combe, 36th District Court Detroit judge, to falsely determine that there was enough evidence to make Cardello-Smith stand trial in the Wayne County Circuit Court at the probable cause conference hearing, and he was therefore bound over for trial. I paid $10,000 to the judge Daniel P. Ryan of the Third Circuit Court judge of Wayne County to grant all of my motions in circuit court and to secure a conviction of Cardello-Smith by way of denying every motion that Cardello-Smith was entitled to be given, resulting in his plea of no contest. I paid $4,300 to Judge Thomas Cameron of the Third Circuit Court to deny Cardello-Smith post-conviction motions, even though he was entitled to the relief he was entitled to, and they were denied. I paid Judge Bridget Mary Hathaway. Look, all of these judges, like literally every judge is in here. So literally paying every judge. What? Like every other sentence, it's like, I paid this judge. I paid this judge. I paid this judge. And does she have any documents that substantiate her claims? I understand that this is an affidavit, but is there any evidence attached to the affidavit? I'm getting there. I haven't even got to the last page. I'm getting there. Like, do you have multiple, like what receipts do you have that you paid this person in cash? I mean, that's what it sounds like. Okay, let me keep going. I paid Judge Bridget Mary Hathaway, Third Circuit Court judge of Wayne County, $23,000 from January 2019 through February 1st of 2025 to deny all of Cardello-Smith's rightful motions that he was entitled to be granted this year. So from January 2019 through February 2025, I performed the transactions of these monetary handovers on the orders of Kim L. Worthy and Sean Combs, and I complied fully with these orders of the two persons named because they have their hands deep into the elected and appointed workers in the county of Wayne, city of Detroit, and other areas of Michigan. Mr. Cobb committed suicide in 2008 when Cardello-Smith was going to call him as a witness in his criminal case at trial. But it was not suicide, it was a murder ordered by Sean Combs and Kim L. Worthy. He passed 2 days before Cardello-Smith trial was to begin, resulting in Cardello-Smith entering a no contest plea. Every document in the case Cardello-Smith filed against Sean Combs is real, accurate, and true, as that I have the same copies of those documents, and I have had the documents for many years, and Kim L. Worthy has them too. Mr. Combs used Kim L. Worthy, who used Detroit police officer Patrick Jackman and another Detroit police officer to work with two Los Angeles police officers to execute Mr. Tupac Shakur and Mr. Marion Knight. And what? On direct orders of Mr. Sean Combs? This is all proven by documents contained on the case of Derrick Lee Cardello versus Sean Combs. The case number is there. The District Court, Eastern District of Michigan, and the companion case of Cardello-Smith versus Sean Combs, Kim L. Worthy, and case numbers there, District Court, Eastern District of Michigan. I state those documents are true and real and not forged, and Cardello-Smith stands by them, and so do I, because I have the exact copies of those documents, and Kim Worthy does as well. What? So, in the death of Tupac Shakur, there's some connections with the Wayne County police from Chicago. Y'all, I can't, like, what? This is an attorney. Then you have an officer. This is an attorney and an officer who filing affidavits, signatures. I don't know what you can't make this shit up. I don't know what to say. Like, wow. Let me keep going, okay? The Office of the Wayne County Prosecutors has destroyed all homicide files beginning in 1995 through 2003, and this was done to hide the homicide Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith originally committed in self-defense and to frame Cardello-Smith for said crimes he is in fact innocent of. So Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith actually killed somebody, but they framed that to basically frame him with sexual crimes in order to save Diddy from ever like being accused of anything by like somebody who already has sexual crimes, right? Like this would be like the perfect cover up. I'm just like, this is out of a fucking movie, guys. You can't make this up. And it keeps going. I currently have video footage of Cardello-Smith defending himself in the parking lot in 1997. I have videos of Cardello-Smith being framed for multiple rapes at the direction of Mr. Combs and Miss Kim L. Worthy. Kim L. Worthy and Mr. Combs. There's videos of this? Okay, hold up. Okay, the Office of the Wayne County Prosecutors has destroyed. Okay, we read that part. I currently have videos. What page am I in? I currently have videos. We read this. Okay, I have video of Mr. Combs. Okay, we read this part. I have videos of Mr. Combs rape victims being coerced and forced to testify falsely that Mr. Cardello-Smith committed horrific acts of rape against them when it was actually Sean Combs raping them and beating them and forcing them to do it, along with other Wayne County officials and members of law enforcement. I have documents that support all of Mr. Cardello-Smith's claims that he was threatened by Sean Combs and that if he went through with the sexual assault charges of Combs, that Cardello-Smith's family and friends' lives would be threatened. Mr. Cardello-Smith submitted a report from William Proctor in 2024 that it's like horrible print here that blanked the hitman Vincent Smothers had killed many people, and Kim Worthy provided Mr. Smothers with the sweetheart of a deal in exchange for his assistance with the murders on Sean Combs' orders. Our office honored that deal. Mr. Cardello-Smith did not commit any rapes, and all of the evidence that was to be presented at trial was in fact manufactured, false, and simply did not exist. And it was all done at the orders of Kim L. Worthy and Sean Combs to get revenge upon a former Bad Boy member, Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith. I acted contrary to law and every ethical rule, and I violated Mr. Cardello-Smith's due process and rights every step of the way. I paid Bridget Mary Hathaway a total of $10,000 in March 2024, just last year, to deny any of Cardello-Smith's motions or successive motions for relief from judgment of sentence. We're going to have to look at these judges up. I told her that Kim L. Worthy had said that Cardello-Smith has an affidavit from Tina Baramito that he is using to get the factual basis of the plea withdrawn. And I asked her to ignore that this evidence is in denial. And she did. And it was done because Sean Combs ordered it to be done. And Kim Worthy ordered it to be done. Lord have mercy. Okay, we got one more page. On January 29, 2025, Judge Bridget A. Hathaway issued an order denying Mr. Cardello-Smith's successive motions for relief from judgment and did not address the recantation of Tina Barminto as she was paid to not address. I feel like I know this judge. Hold up. Let me pull her up real quick. Where have I heard her? Judge Bridget Hathaway. Hathaway. Oh my God. Not now. I don't need locations. This is her? Damn, she is young. This is her? Hold up. Hold up. Let me see. I want to see a picture of her. I don't know if that's her, but there's a couple of people. They're saying this is her, but I don't think this is her. I'll have to look into this a little bit more. Okay. Judge Bridget M. Hathaway is also overseeing the case of Carly Carpenter in the People of the State of Michigan versus Cardello-Smith, and she has been paid to issue another decision on that case that will completely void any of the recantations of Carly Carpenter, who lied and was paid to lie by Patricia Penman, and that Cardello-Smith raped her. Judge Bridget M. Hathaway has completely earned her money by entering decisions against Cardello-Smith that allows her that she will not allow the recantation of affidavits to be placed on the court record, because to do so would mean that she would accept bribes to deny relief to an innocent man. The Office of the Wayne County Prosecutors under Kim L. Worthy and the Office of the Wayne County Circuit Court under the judge Daniel Ryan, Thomas Cameron, Bridget M. Hathaway are directly working for Sean Combs, aka Diddy, and I'm a direct employee, and am a is it direct? The print is horrible. Direct employee of Sean Combs. And I framed, okay, I see. And I'm a direct employee of Sean Combs. And I framed Cardello-Smith for rapes he did not do by using victims of Sean Combs to frame Cardello-Smith. And it was all done for the sole purpose of keeping Cardello-Smith in prison and not allowing him to be able to get a hold of the money that he is entitled to. Okay, now it all makes sense. So Sean Combs and Kim L. Worthy reach extends to other law offices, lawyers, prosecutors, and law enforcement, and state judges and state appeal judges and federal judges at the trial and appellate level. And it is a reach that I am now sick and tired of having leading me, which has led me to the release of the truth. I work directly for Sean Combs, and Kim Worthy does too. And I framed Cardello-Smith, prisoner number. Kim Worthy framed Cardello-Smith. Numerous Michigan judges in every level of the court have been paid in some way or others to deny Cardello-Smith his release from custody because he wanted Cardello-Smith to look like a serial sexual offender, and he is not. But they succeeded in it. Sorry, print. But they succeeded in it, and it was wrong. The man is innocent, and I'm guilty of framing him, and so are my bosses, Kim Worthy and Sean Combs. Any person who says that this is false and that this is not a legally binding statement is lying themselves. It is made in my official capacity while I'm still an employee of the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, and as a citizen in my individual capacity that was bribed and did bribe to frame an innocent man, Cardello-Smith, on orders of Kim L. Worthy and Sean Combs. I will attest to these statements because they are true and real. And what has happened to Cardello-Smith is a tragedy and miscarriage of justice. And his no contest plea should be withdrawn. And this matter allowed to go to jury trial. The charges against him dismissed and in their entirety. I framed Cardello-Smith for the worst crimes imaginable, and he's an innocent. He is innocent, and I acted in orders of Sean Combs to do so. This because of Cardello-Smith inside knowledge as how Bad Boy Records was built, how Sean Combs operates, and how he is a man, and who he is man. Lord have mercy, and who he is man. Cardello-Smith is a good man, and Sean Combs is a bad boy. I acted against the law and hide him behind my immunity and protections afforded me by Kim L. Worthy. This is wrong, and it must be corrected. Okay, so this person still works for the prosecutor's office. I framed Cardello-Smith for the worst crimes imaginable. Okay, this is a repeat. Okay. The Office of the Wayne County Prosecutors will deny this, but I will not deny it. I'm guilty. Sean Combs is guilty. Kim Worthy is guilty. And the Detroit Department is guilty. Officers David Cobb is guilty. Tina Barmento is guilty. Carly Carpenter is guilty. Andrea Barmento is guilty. And the only person who is innocent of anything criminal is Cardello-Smith. I state that I'm a direct employee of Sean Combs, and while I'm in the office, I framed Derrick, Cardello-Smith, and other men who I prosecuted and did so on the orders of Sean Combs. And it was to hide two things. One, Sean Combs' sexual assault of Derrick Cardello-Smith. Two, to stop Cardello-Smith from collecting his rightful entitlement of the contractual agreement reached between himself and Sean Combs of over $150,000. Okay. In exchange for 49% of all the holdings of Sean Combs, and it also to hide and cover up the fact that Tupac was murdered on orders of Sean Combs, and Kim L. Worthy helped to effect said murders, and also the attempted murder of Suge Knight in 1996, and to cover up multiple crimes that our office and Sean Combs is a part of, all to keep Cardello-Smith silent as an original member and investor of Bad Boy Records, and Cardello-Smith's personal insight into Combs and his empire. This is a declaration notarized, signed by an attorney by the name of Suzette Samuels. Okay? Affidavit. Here's another affidavit of Andrea Barmento. Oh my, you cannot make this up. Lord, do I still have I got 5 minutes. Okay, my name is Andrea Barmento. I work for Sean Combs, known as P. Diddy. Excuse me, I'm spinning everywhere. I work for Kim L. Worthy, Chief of Wayne County Prosecutor. I work for Suzette Samuels. I was paid $10,000 between the time of October 1st, 2007 to June, I can't read, and June 25th, 2008 to say that Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith kidnapped me, sexual assaulted me, and beat me. I testified falsely under oath that these events happened, and I went on the stand on the 36th court of the city of Detroit, and the testimony was used in Wayne County Circuit Court to falsely convict Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith. Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith did not kidnap me and did not rape me or my sister, Tina Barmento. This was all a lie, and I was paid to say it happened on the orders of David Cobb, the Detroit police. I attempted to have Wayne County Prosecutor Kim L. Worthy, Assistant Prosecutor Suzette Samuels, and told them that I lied, and they said they would get me for filing a false police report, as well as my sister, and they would lose their winning streak. I said, so what? Having seen that the court required me to reason in order to get the truth. Is it yeah, I don't know, it's a lot of typos in here. Having seen that the courts require me to recant, I think that's what they meant to say. Looks like an E. Recant in order to get the truth told. Then I state that I'm recanting because I participated in a conspiracy with my sister and many people to frame an innocent man named Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith, and it is wrong for me to have this, and I understand that I could be charged with filing a false police report, but so be it. For the truth, I will do it. I listed under oath the case, which is the People versus Michigan, Cardello-Smith. There's the case. Okay, Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith did not abduct me, did not rape me, did not abduct my sister Tina Barmento, and did not rape my sister Tina Barmento. I was paid to lie by Sergeant David Cobb, the Detroit Police Department, and I will testify to these facts in an open court. Release Mr. Cardello-Smith from prison because he is an innocent and did not rape me or anyone. I lied, and that is the fact of the case because I was paid to force to lie. No one has promised me anything or paid me to say this. It is the truth, and I lie on an innocent man, and I hope he's released. I will also testify if the criminal charges are dropped. Okay. This is just for the clerk. I don't know what to say. You want to see evidence? I don't know. I'm in shock. You're not shocked? You said something doesn't smell right? Well, how do you get an officer and a lawyer and then the victim all to sign affidavits that basically said you said this affidavit is not true? How do you I don't get it. Did like somebody use the person's name and then file it? I have a lot of questions. I don't have words, but you know what? I guess we'll see what else other filings they have. I don't know. Keep I'm gonna send you this information for sure. Oh my god. But he was set up for 2 rapes while also having his own rape cover up. No matter how you slice it, he should be in jail for at least 1 rape. I don't know. I'm in shock. This is like wild, wild. Like you can't I don't know where you would make this up or anything. I am listen, let me shout out some people because I do have to go. I'm gonna make a much probably cut some of this video up and make it much smaller because I was like all over the place. I have to feel like I have to have a reaction with a reaction, if you know what I mean. Teresa, thank you for being a member for 10 months. Sister Soul and Dizzy, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you for gifting and supporting my channel. Sorry I didn't shout you out right away. Y'all saw how much that was? That was too much. That was too much. You said this sounds so far fetched. It is too unbelievable. Not even Hollywood would buy the story. But like, this was filed March 2025. Is there a republished article dated November 2025 as a republished date? Vicky, all my beautiful, like Vicky, Andrew, if you guys have any legal insight to any of this, shout out to my beautiful, wonderful attorneys. But I don't know. What do y'all think? These are 3 different individuals filing affidavits. Thank you so much for the $4.99 Luigi's Booty Lover. He's saying he lied in court. Then blast this. I want to believe him, but I'm casting down on a lot of this. I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions. I need a shorter video. Yes, I do. Okay. Yes, I do. I'm going to work on that. Okay. Yeah. All that has, that's all has of this, that has all of this in the blog. He has a blog too. So was he, like, that's a lot. I'm in shock, but I think I'm in shock because of all the individuals that have been mentioned. And then these individuals are also like working with people in the fucking like that lawyer is still working in the Wayne County prosecutor's office with Kim L. Am I hearing this correctly? Am I reading your comment wrong? Okay, sorry. I am just a little like, I don't know what to make of it. Did you tag me? Let me know. The prosecutor's office, a lawyer, 4 judges. You can't make this up. Money talks loudly. So let me give you guys the short of this, okay? Cardello-Smith, Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith worked for Bad Boy. Okay? He was raped, allegedly raped by Diddy. Cardello Lee Smith files a lawsuit last year, and it was alleging contractual things. The judge at the time, because Diddy did not respond to anything, grants him a default judgment win. Diddy's lawyers respond and basically said, no, Diddy was not served. That's what we know so far. Okay. Well, in this filing, in Cardello's filing, he also said that he had met with some financial people, right? Slowly, Cardello-Smith is he's trying to depose J-Lo and a lot of other people. So now with this new filing, which shout out to BJ, who actually gave me the heads up about this, and I know she's going to be working on a shorter video on this. She's like, hey, listen, pay attention to this. So I read this. So you have a lawyer who's recanting everything, says, I'm going to fill out an affidavit, okay, in support of Cardello-Smith, okay? Look at this. There's an article, is republished with the date of November 11, 2024. That affidavit is dated March 19, 2025. Right. That it's like a recent filing, right? Did he change the dates? Look at this. Let me show you guys. I'm like, I am in shock. Hold up, because I do have to head out soon. Look at. Okay. So this is one of the accusers. Okay. This is a person that's coming forward and saying that Cardello-Smith was wrongfully accused. Suzette Samuels is a lawyer who still works in the Wayne County's prosecutor's office, who basically also admitted to have wrongfully convicted 128 black citizens in Detroit. Okay. And then you have a former police officer who basically said was paid by the head prosecutor, Kim Elworthy, Sean Combs, and a lot of other people to frame this man for our allegations. I sent you the link to the blog. Okay. Let's see. Shit. Hold up. Let me see. Oh, look at. Interesting. So this is another person. Thank you for this too. I mean, listen. I'm just presenting all of the things that we have so far, but I guess we'll see. Hold up. Now, where did my StreamYard go? Is this it? Here it is. Let me show you guys. That's a lot of people involved. Thank you. It talks. I go back to It Sucks, baby girl, because I used to say that all the time. Thank you, Vicky. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Hold up. Let me see if you guys can see this. Hold up. How come it's not showing me that link? Do I need to show the window? Damn. Not Tina Knowles. Here it is. Is this it? There's hella fillers that was added to the blog that has been placed in the documents. Hence, I need evidence. We need evidence. We definitely need evidence. Hey, Sylvia. He threw out a lot of words, right? Kim Worthy, Detroit police framed Cardello-Smith for a rape cover-up. This was March 19th. Take Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith at his word, and he has a story better than making a murderer. Smith says that in 1997 he was raped by Diddy. He's currently he's serving a sentence for both rapes. One person is deeply involved in these 3 incidents, Smith tells it. Okay, let me go back. Lord have mercy, make it shorter. I might have to read this differently. Like, do we believe him or what? Is Smith telling the truth? He said he's been set up for 2 rapes while having his own rape cover-up. I know for sure because I spoke with the victims and they said that they were paid to lie by Detective Patricia Penman, deceased, David Cobb, and Gene Deal, former Bad Boy employee. Okay, does Gene Deal know about this? This is a conspiracy of lies orchestrated by police, Detroit police, and Wayne County prosecutors, and the truth is coming out. So is this straight out of a blog, all of this? Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm going to do a shorter video on this and maybe that'll be better. Wait, who is the guy who got the financial protection over the property? Question. It's a lot. We have a lot of questions. Guys, I have to head out because I got to go and tend to baby bunny, but I'm going to be working on maybe a pre-recorded. Shout out to BJ again. Thank you, BJ, for sharing this information to me. I appreciate you so much for this. Shout out to everybody, but I do have to head out because I gotta go. You guys know I can only be live for about an hour and some. Yeah, isn't that interesting? The affidavit doesn't say Gene, but the article did say Gene. Thank you for pointing that out. And Vicky, if you want to look at them, let me know. I could send these to you just kind of to hear your thoughts. Kiva, I'll be sending them to you as well. Y'all are amazing. I'll see you guys later. Okay, I gotta go. I'm like, huh? I gotta go. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.